Or as my years.
I'm at 37.
Here, I'll put mine on 37. Alright, my light's on. Sorry about that.
32. I could do Justin.
No, I didn't get a comment on Peach. I'd be pretty upset, guys.
I got you.
Good to see you. What's up, guys? How are you doing?
How are you?
Very good. It's that time of year again, right? We're super excited. We've been waiting for this for a while. We've watched enough film to make a really good decision. We did all the intel. There are a couple decisions to make tomorrow, but we're really excited about adding a couple guys and seeing how the process goes. But like we said before, no skipping steps. Want to grow this thing out organically, and I just feel like we're going to add two really good players tomorrow in the draft, and we have a lot of opportunities to move forward with this group. We don't want to be that team that skips steps, and we want to be sustainable. It's everything I've been saying. You guys are probably sick of me saying that, but that's just the truth. We really like where we're at as a team and where we're going, and really young still. We're about to get younger, but we're really excited about this draft class and the opportunities that lie before us. And can't really say too much else. I don't know if you guys have questions, but I'm trying to get back to work. But,
yeah, we're all done. See you.
That was easy. That was the easiest one. No, but we feel good about tomorrow, and the draft was today. We feel really comfortable about it personally. So just trying to get some food and get my mind right and get some sleep. We'll be all right though. I feel good about tomorrow.
Onsi, just curious, as far as with this draft class being as deep as it is, obviously you want to find the best available player, but you do have some needs that need to be addressed. When you look at your priorities in terms of what this roster needs, maybe how do you stack them up?
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be best player available for us, whatever. If it's doesn't matter what position. Big guard, wing. That's the best player we think is there at that position in the draft. Great, we're going to take. I think we could get better in different areas for sure, and we got some things we got to figure out with the roster, but we do have a lot of flexibility. I'm not going to. Are you guys sick of optionality?
Never.
I need a new word.
Okay. It's okay.
I might need a new word, but no, we got a lot of avenues to get better. That's beyond the draft too. I think one thing is trying to solve all your problems at once too can get a little dangerous. That's when you make mistakes. So we have a pretty good process here, and we just want to make sure we stick with that as we move forward. And so far, so good. We feel good about what's coming ahead, and we want to make the team better.
Obviously, you don't want to look back on next year, but being one of the only teams that took the Knicks past 4 games, I'm curious, how do you balance what happened in the playoffs with maybe what you need to address?
Yeah, I don't it was great. It was such a great experience for our group, playing the champs, and we had some really good games. And congratulations to them. I got a lot of good friends over there, Leon and Gerson and Mike Brown. Just awesome season. Really fun to watch their run there. But we feel good about the season overall. We don't like how it ended though. That also showed how far we are as well. If you lose a game like that, it shows that there's levels to this. But we couldn't have asked for a better experience for our guys. Playing at MSG, winning the game at MSG, that's a step. But we got to keep growing, keep building, and again, we don't want to look at this like you're one player away type deal. We're not there yet. So we're still trying to find out who we are at times too. And with our young group, and Jalen was just phenomenal last year. Nikhil, Dyson, all our guys had really good years last year. But it was also their first time doing it. So it was like their first time being at this usage rate or being this type of role on your team. So I think there's more growth opportunities for all our guys. And our biggest form of improvement is honestly our development in general. But yeah, feel really good about the team. Feel really good about what we're doing and the process we're going by. But yeah, again, we're not skipping steps. Said that 3 times.
When do you set the board?
Oh, board's set. It's set. We feel
For how long?
Mine's been set personally for a few days now. Yeah, feel good about that.
And then you get other input from obviously the other guys on the team, and then
for sure.
Is their board in their mind still working, or is it we're locked and loaded?
Oh, we're locked and loaded. I don't think nobody's moving around anymore. I think that's a bad process if you're moving around this late. What's going to change it for you at this point, in my opinion? If you watch a bad game, that shouldn't move your guy back 5 spots or anything like that. So we're all like we're at the point where we're good with pick 8 and 23. So we feel really good about that. And then pick 57, we gotta still digging into some stuff there, different options, but feel really good about the draft. And honestly, today I'd be happy.
Are you open to moving up or down?
Anything's possible. Like we don't, it was last year we didn't expect to move pick 13 that we had, and that happened on the clock. So I feel like there's going to be a very like there could be a lot of calls transactionally with different things available. So anything's possible for us. But if we just stayed still and had 8 and 23, I feel really good about it.
You mentioned last year that move happened on the clock. How much does the volume of talk between teams pick up tomorrow once the clock starts ticking?
It's crazy, man. Like there was probably we had multiple trade offers leading up to that call, and then we got that call and we started we just went through it really quickly and picked the best deal that we had on the board, and we just went with it. And we were prepared to draft a guy at 13, and but you never know what could happen draft night. That's what makes it so fun. You just got to be ready for it, because you do have to make a quick decision really fast. That's going to impact your organization for years to come. But we're ready for that too. We've laid out a crazy amount of scenarios, like dozens of scenarios, honestly, which is good. And we've role played those out and done things like that. So we feel really good about any scenario that comes our way, and just understanding what the value is of moving back, moving up, things like that. So yeah, I feel good about it.
Along those lines, how much work can you or do you put in to try to figure out what's going to happen in front of you? Especially when you're at 8 and there's a finite amount of picks and players that will be off the board.
Yeah.
How much weight do you put on league intel trying to figure out who's going to be there, who's not going to be there?
Oh man, everybody's lying these days. It's fun. We try and do it, and we go through it. We have an intel process that's our staff does a really good job at that. But at the same time, you guys know this thing. People lie and say, "What's up?"
Oh, no.
To that point though, Onsi, how do you sort of keep a poker face when you may be speaking with other GMs where you're just not necessarily looking for information, but you're trying to see where they're thinking and how that can maybe impact a decision for you guys?
Honestly, I'm terrible at that. It's not good. I'm just too honest. I can't bullshit anybody. But I got good relationships with all the GMs, so we just talk it through, and if I get anything out of that, cool. But I don't know. To me, it's you can't control that. So we just got to control what we control. And like I said about the scenarios, okay, if these 7 guys go in front of us, what about these 7 guys or these 7 guys? And what are we doing then? So we went through literally everything in my mind, and feel really good about it. Yeah.
In your opinion, what's it take nowadays for a big man to be effective in this league? Specifically talking about the defensive end.
Yeah, I think it depends on the rest of your group. You could have some teams will have a drop big, it's protecting the rim. Other teams are just as good, if not better, defensively if you have a switchable big. It could go guard 1 through 5. So it really just depends on your makeup, and it'd be nice, you get both of those archetypes. You become really interesting. It's just hard to find, those archetypes in the league right now. Especially then you gotta look at the offensive end, and can they space? If they can't space, then it makes how we play a little trickier, honestly. But it just depends on the rest of your team, in my mind.
Just a couple housekeeping things from me. We haven't spoken to you since you were president of basketball, and also the extension for Quinn.
Yeah.
To have you guys connected for long term, what does that mean? And do you plan on replacing your position anytime soon with the general manager spot?
Yeah, I'm first off, I'm super grateful for the rest of the family, and Hawks organization for giving me this opportunity. I'm going to be here for a long time. I love this place and love the city of Atlanta, and we want to build a champion here. That's the goal. I didn't come here to lose in the first round. It takes time though to get there. With Quinn, me and I are we're so close. We're really good friends, and we have such a great relationship where we can be honest with each other and just tell it how it is. We'll have disagreements on players that sometimes we'll have agreements on stuff, but that's the beauty of our relationship. And I'm at his house the next day and we're hanging out. So he's been just tremendous in this process, and it's a great partnership. I think that's the key to all this, honestly. If you don't have a great working relationship and partnership with your head coach, then this just goes wrong really quickly in my mind. So really excited about that. And then what was the last
GM?
Oh, no, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, especially right now, I just like where we're at. I love our group. Everybody's been crushing it, and feel good about everything we're doing. And it's a big kudos to our front office. They've been phenomenal and giving me all the support they provide and helping me make decisions. So they've been top tier. So I feel good about it right now.
And again, I apologize, I don't know the rules with the league and signing things, but there was a report about CJ signing a 1-year deal. Is that something you can talk about, can't talk about? I don't know.
Yeah, no, we agreed to terms there. So we're really excited to have CJ back. You guys saw what he did last season when he came in. He's been an ultimate professional, veteran for our team, and the guy could hoop. Like he is just an amazing basketball player. So we're super excited to have CJ back here. It brings that continuity together. It's kind of like I talked about. I think postseason was basically put this team together for 2.5 months, and to have like a training camp with your core guys, like that's important. That's important for the next step and iteration of this team and development of our guys. So we're super excited to have CJ back.
Onsi, kind of piggybacking off of that, we saw some of the guys in town last week, Jalen, CJ, Nikhil, Asa, Ray J. Just what was it like to see them, and were they able to get some runs in, you know?
Oh, I know they were in the city, and I think somebody posted something at a soccer game or something like that. They didn't invite me. No, we have such a great group. They're so close and tight knit, and it's kind of like how, that's the culture we want to build here, like where you could, you don't have to be friends with everybody, but everybody is super. Like it's just weird that it worked out that way here, where everybody is a friend and everybody's really close. But like when you have that relationship with somebody, then you can have like real, honest conversations with them. And there's like a good amount of healthy conflict amongst our group, where it's not like confrontational or critiquing in a negative way, but like the guys can be real with each other, and then they're going to a soccer game after. So like I really love that they were together and hanging out. So.
Can you give a scouting report on Kingston Fleming's, what you've seen him?
I don't want to talk about any draft guys, honestly.
Could you speak broadly about the point guards?
Yeah, the guards in this class are really great. They're a lot different. Like there's a lot of different archetypes there. Guys like play with the ball, without the ball. They're all just a little bit different, but I think this is one of the best point guard classes we've had in a long time. Some of them can play 2 positions, I think. So I just feel really good about that group of guys. There's a group of bigs that's really good. There's some wings that are really good. So like we feel really good about wherever we're drafting.
What's the deepest position, do you think?
It's a great question. I think the guards in this draft is pretty deep. Like I can see that probably being the strong point in this draft.
Honestly, when you look at the last 8 years, there have been like 8 different champions. Obviously, you want to focus on your team, but what do you take away from each of these different teams that maybe you use to build out this roster?
Yeah, like we were part of one of them in Golden State, and they're all different, but they all seem to have a good sense of continuity amongst them. Like the Knicks, like I know how they built their teams through a lot of trades and stuff like that, but a lot of their guys have known each other since college, and they played together for a while now. I think the continuity and chemistry is at an all-time high in the NBA. Like you see that with OKC, San Antonio now. There's a lot of good teams out there, and I think the chemistry and just the cohesion of the group, where everybody just knows what they're doing, is it's more valuable than ever. Especially with the new CBA and trading for top tier guys it's tricky these days because it changes everything. So you just got to be right when you make those decisions. And but I think the continuity and cohesiveness and just stability, like the longer you have a team together, the better it's going to work out, in my opinion. Like we want to get to a point where we're not as transactional, and it's just like they're just growing together. So.
If you're on the clock and somebody calls you in the first round and they offer you a trade for a 25 or 27-year-old player, how do you make a comparison between that player versus who you might draft in that spot when they're just in such different worlds, with one being like ready to play and another one needing to learn about the NBA?
For sure, it's a good question. Some guys like that are all they are proven players in this league. They've been doing it for a long time. If they're 25, 27, like they're right in their prime too. So like there's value to that. But then you're also looking at the other side, where it's like the upside of a guy, and like this is a really strong draft class, and can that guy get to that level soon? And then you got the advantage of the rookie skill contract on top of that, so you have more flexibility, not using optionality, but you have more flexibility to do other stuff. So it's a give or take. You kind of just like, if you believe in the player, and the development process that we have here, which I think Quinn is the best in the league at, and his staff, then we really like taking young players.
Do you have any thoughts on the new lottery form starting next year and how that may affect maybe team building, trade, stuff like that?
Honestly, like, I feel whatever, changes is fine. I think we all adapt to the situation. I'm not worried about any type of a change in format. I think draft is still going to be the draft, and like, doesn't mean like no trades are going to get done or anything, in my opinion. So it doesn't really change much for me, honestly.
You have 2 picks currently. Can you give us an idea about how many prospects you've looked at, what that total pie looked like, and maybe how long you've been evaluating?
It's been, how long we've been evaluating? It's been, for some guys it's been years. For other guys it's been, this past season, and really diving into the college film. But I've been going to games since the start of the college year, and I've seen some of these guys that are not freshmen for a while now. And in terms of like the workouts, we've had a lot of people. I don't even know how many to put off the top of my head, but there's been a lot of guys coming through here, and some really, really good workouts, like really impressive ones, some of the best I've seen in a long time. That's why we're really excited about this. And then you get to spend time with the guys and understand who they are as people, and that's really important to us. We don't, like, talent is one thing, but mentality and the psyche to get better is really important for us. But yeah, so far the draft process has been great. It's been great to meet everybody that's come through our building, and there's been a lot of them. Ready for tomorrow.
Onsi, there's a few big names being floated around in terms of being traded.
Yeah.
Not that you're being linked necessarily to the Hawks, but how closely are you monitoring those, knowing that there might be an opportunity to facilitate a deal and pick up an asset along the way?
Yeah, one thing about us is, like, I think we're pretty opportunistic. Like, whenever we get a chance to do something with our flexibility, like, I'll say optionality, we'll take advantage of a situation if it makes sense, and for us and the other team. And like, if there's anything that happens, like, we just want to be ready for that moment. To your point, just to act quickly too. I think if there's sometimes there's this decision velocity question, like, oh, can we get more? And like, but at the same time, if you don't do it, it could go away in a heartbeat. So that's what our process is for. But we just got to be ready for all those situations, and we've gone through every scenario possible.
How strong is a verbal agreement over the next sort of 24 hours, whether it's with a team or a player? Because you often sort of hear a deal might be made, and then all of a sudden someone else wants to come in and hijack that trade. In terms of just the professionalism and the ethics with other teams and GMs and things like that.
We're all like, I know we're all competitors, but there's an integrity thing that all our GMs around the league, like, I just respect the hell out of them. I've never been a part of anything that's gone haywire like that. Technically, things could change, but I just think, like, we have such good people in the leadership positions around the league that I look up to, literally every single one of them. And I just think there's a trust factor there that's really important, and it's an unwritten rule in a lot of ways.
How do you view age as a scouting and draft component? Because obviously, without naming names, there's a lot of one and done guys who were 19, 20, but also guys who are in their, almost in the mid 20s in this class. Is that something you have to take into account, and how do you kind of value that when you're evaluating?
It's interesting. Like, it's a question that we've discussed a lot, and over the years, the teams that I've been a part of, I don't really look at it like that, honestly. If you're just a good player, that's all I care about. And like, the guy is, a little bit older, that there's some interesting things there too, right? Because they've done it for a longer period of time and have shown like they're more proven in that situation. So it doesn't really bother me. When you're 19 and 25, it doesn't bother me.
Bryson in Chicago, what have you spoken to him about, or since he's left? I mean, he leaves a fairly big hole too for the organisation. I know you said you're not necessarily going to replace in terms of a GM, but just the impact that he's had over the last few years.
Oh, Bryson's been awesome. Like, I know our time was spent like 10, 11 months, but he's a great friend, and he helped this organization tremendously, and the impact of that will be ongoing for a long time. So I'm so excited for him. Like that's there's 30 jobs in the world, and he got one of them. And we couldn't be prouder of him. Happy for him. The Bulls got a really good one. So more than anything, I'm just excited for him.
How fast did you call him on the trade offer?
He said no right away. No, he's great though. He's got, they're in a position where they got a good setup moving forward, and they got the right guy for the job for sure.
You were in his position last year as your first draft. What have you learned in the last 12 months to be in this position now?
You gotta sleep more. You gotta eat more. No, but it was great going through that cycle. It just made it more comfortable for me this time around. Like I feel really good about like where we're at. Last year there was just so much going on, and this year I feel like there's a lot going on, but it's just more under control, more patient with things, and just like I don't know. I just feel more comfortable in general. Honestly, it's a good feeling. Yeah, I feel good, and like the collaboration in this building is just awesome. And coaches and front office, it's really fun. It's so fun to come to work. Like we're getting to know everybody a little bit more, and we have a really special.
Speaking of collaboration, how has things grown and having leaned on Kyle more and more?
Yeah.
How has he grown and developed into his role within the organization?
Kyle's been phenomenal. Like from the PD's standpoint, he's been great. Scouting, like his eye for players is phenomenal. I think he has one of the best eyes in the league when it comes to that, and just he's been growing in every way, shape, or form as an assistant GM, and I couldn't be happier to have a partner like that with me. He's just the ultimate human being too, and we're so lucky to have a Hawks legend here with us. And he's just an unbelievable person, and the culture that he brings here is just, you can't ask for a better human in person. But the guy grinds too. Like he's here all the time. He's doing different things, and like as an assistant GM, your capacity is in so many different spaces. I was in that position before. And you gotta do a little bit of everything, which is like what he's doing. He's crushing it.
And it's the grind part's huge because some people, former players, stars, like it's a show and go, but that's not him.
Oh no, like Kyle, like I gotta kick him out of the building sometimes. So he's grinding, and he's just been phenomenal for our group and process, and makes us think and ask really good questions about different dynamics as a player that we don't have really anywhere else, honestly. So it's really great to get that input from him.
Last one, everybody done? I mean, you said you were honest and you can't lie. So if you had the first pick, who's the best player in the draft you would take?
You want me to be? If I'm honest, that's not a real scenario because we don't have the first pick. Maybe I'll tell you later.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.